In 1939, in Newcastle upon Tyne, John Gregg started selling eggs and yeast on his bicycle. By 1951, he'd opened up his first storefront, and now in 2025, Gregg's has over 2,500 locations in the United Kingdom. And today I'm eating everything from Gregg's. You know, I was told by some London friends that Gregg's is not the best fast food, but it's the fast food that the UK deserves. This is what someone from here said. As always, Eat the Menu is brought to you by my Not Too Hot sauces, which in London are actually incredibly hot. It's Keith's Dumpling Sauce, a not too hot sauce for dumplings and other stuff, made with real ingredients from small farms. And Claire here makes all of them.
Hi.
Get yours today through the link below and start making your dumplings a little more spicy. Sweet and spicy. Let's eat the menu. Gregg's. Let's eat the menu, Gregg's, starting with breakfast, which I feel like is what most people actually use Gregg's for. Let's start with the hash browns. Who doesn't love a breakfast hash brown? And how is it going to be different than my American experience? Oh, triangle. Oh, beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. The skin is a little tougher than ours, almost as if it was like wrapped in a rice paper before it was fried. A little less salted than ours in the States. It's not amazing, but it does hit the spot. There's a potato for the crew. Oh. Oh. This is porridge. This is the golden syrup flavored porridge. It almost smells like caramel corn. It's both flavorful and bland. It has a good sweetness. But underneath, nothing. This is gloppy, hot, look at that. But honestly, it's warming my belly on this sort of chilly morning. So not bad. Oh, thank you, Becky. The sausage breakfast baguette.
That my local friend was like, this is what I always order.
It sort of feels risque to unsheathe this, doesn't it?
Holy guacamole.
This is exactly what Americans think British food is. But it smells kind of good. There's butter and sauce and 4 little sausage links. HP sauce is kind of like an A1 sauce. That's the closest thing I can relate it to. It's House of Parliament sauce. What if we had like a Congress ketchup? Right. Senator mustard. I'd vote for Senator mustard. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy at first, but let me say the whole thing. It is like a McGriddle in that it's a sweet sauce with a savory sausage and a pretty good baguette for where we are. I like it. Ooh, look at you. What? So this looks like ham, and this is what we would call ham, but here I've learned it's back bacon, which is sort of like an in-between the bacon and the ham part of the pig, the bacon breakfast roll.
With red sauce.
With red sauce. Bacon and ketchup ain't bad. That's kind of good. This side is covered in the dust that would be on the bottom of an English muffin. Well, this side is just fluffy roll. And there's also butter on it, which I love. Oh man, this is hot. It's toast. Look at that. Oh yeah. Look at that. So we've got ketchup, eggs, sausage, bacon, cheese, I think. It looks kind of like a joke in a way. Yum. Yum. I like it. I love this baguette. The baguette smells real. I'm impressed. What's next, huh? What are these? All right, well, let's start with the white coffee. I mean, this is gas station coffee. This is utility. The milk does help it be not as bitter as it would be without it, but not something I want. Let's try the cappuccino. That's better. I do taste the darker espresso flavor, so that's good. Oh, that's me espresso. Whoa, it smells like a real espresso. It smells bitter, but also with that little tartness. Like, is it good espresso? No, but it's fine. It's better than it should be. Okay, now let's try some of the hot drinks. We've got a whole mess of drinks, obviously some teas, obviously some coffees, but let's start with hot cocoa, which is sort of everyone's, first hot beverage growing up. So I imagine the children come in with their parents and they're like, Mother, may I have a hot cocoa? Is that what they, let's try the hot cocoa. It's good. It tastes like it's a little too much water, but it's how your mom made it. And you were like, that's fine enough, Mom. Just let me chug this and get back out in the snow. Let's try the green tea. It's good. It's honestly not bitter, even though it's been steeping probably too long. Better than the teas I've gotten from Starbucks for sure. This is awesome. And it has to be though, right? The British care about tea. Let's do the black tea. This one smells like it did get oversteeped, but that's on us.
This one is newer, freshest one.
A teeny bit oversteeped, but still a good, simple, nice, refreshing flavor. It's really good. You having that like delicious like all day breakfast sandwich with that? Nice. The latte. Not bad. It's not super sweet, very milky. Good coffee taste underneath. I'm not mad at that. I don't really drink lattes, so that's pretty good. Let's go to the gourd. Let's have the pumpkin spice latte. Oh, it smells good. Okay, it's good. This one's not as good as Starbucks. Americans love pumpkins. We put them everywhere. We let them rot in front of our house. And then we let teenagers come and smash them. All right, let's move on to some pastries. And we'll start with some donuts. Do the police officers love donuts here? Is that a gag? Because ours love them. And this looks like a donut. You know, this looks like how a donut looks. Okay, better than a 7-Eleven donut. Not as good as a Dunkin' donut. Not as good as a Krispy Kreme donut. Texture's not too bad as it used to nut, but it almost feels a little more bready than ours would be.
You want to guess what that donut is called?
I would call this Pink Morning.
It's called the Sugar Strand donut.
The Sugar Strand donut. Why?
Is that what they call it? Sprinkles?
Maybe. Sprinkles is so much cuter, and it sounds more English. They call sprinkles hundreds of thousands,
Yeah.
and you wonder why we left? Whoa! Let's have the caramel custard donut. Caramel flavor is really good. Custard is really sweet. You already have the caramel, very sweet, but the custard is like overwhelming to me. Oh, what's this guy? The triple chocolate. Yeah. The triple chocolate donut. Better have 3 chocolates. That was good. This tastes like a donut Becky would like. Because even though it is filled, which she doesn't like, it's filled with just like a simple cream, not a custard. I like that one the most. The chocolate flavor was really nice. I don't always love chocolate donuts, but that was a good one. Whoa. This glaze looks like frosting on your windshield. The glazed donut. Whoa. I've never had a glaze like that. It's almost like a Krispy Kreme, but the glaze is just a little bit grittier, really sweet. Yeah, this is just a simple, nice donut. Not bad at all. So bad news, this Gregg's doesn't have the all butter croissant, so they also don't have the pan au chocolat. But it's just, it is what it is. What are you?
Belgian bun.
This is funny. The Belgian bun. Okay, there was some nostalgia for me. My dad loves little coffee cakes. There was one that had raisins and nuts in it that we would get from time to time. And we called it Daddy Cake because Daddy liked it. And remember, I was 4. But this tastes like Daddy Cake. It's good, it's sweet, but it's also kind of like dense and cakey and bready. It's nice. The eclair. Cold. But the chocolate. It's good. It's refreshing. It almost is like having a chocolate ice cream bar. The actual cream filling is not sweet. It's almost like milk flavored, which I like because the chocolate is sweet enough for me, and I often find these things too sweet. That's yummy. This is the Yum Yum, which looks like a cruller. Yum, yum. Yeah, this is the best one. It's like a donut, but it has just a little bit more going on. It's double yum. Gregg, I don't know what you're up to, but I like it. Merry Little Moments. I was reading it upside down, and at first I thought it said Merry Little Mormons. They know everyone's ancestry, by the way. All those ancestry.coms, all those things, run by the Mormons. And the Mormons can just decide posthumously to make you a Mormon after you're dead. Look at this little pie. Ah, mincemeat pie? Mincemeat pie, which is not meat. And then there's sweetbread pies, which are meat. What are they doing? Let's try the mincemeat pie. So sweet. I don't like it. It's just a bunch of like dried up fruits mashed together. So sweet. I don't care for those. But those yum yums, yum. Let's see what's next. All right, let's try some savory bakes, including...
Savories and bakes.
Dang. Let's try some savories and bakes. Where should we start? This one.
So that one's the vegan latisse.
Oh. This is the vegan latisse?
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know, they have it online.
Like lattice?
Yeah. Oh.
Desiree. Let's try the vegan latisse. Let's try the vegan lattice pastry.
That's so embarrassing.
The pastry is flaky, buttery and delicious, and honestly the filling tastes great. Savory, hearty, kind of tastes like beef, I guess. Delightful. Sausage, bean, and cheese melt. Oh, what? It's got beans in it. This pastry is awesome. The pastry is way better than it should be. Because I've had a full English breakfast already, I get it. That's kind of the flavor you're getting. If you like baked beans, you're gonna like it. If you don't like baked beans, you won't like it. The steak bake. Look at, they're all different looking. How are they doing that? Boiling hot. Absolutely lava on the inside. I think the vegan one tastes more like what you want than this, because this is steak, but since it's steak, it's actually probably a cheap cut of beef, not a good quality. If you want a steak one, get the vegan one. Whoa. This looks beautiful. Becky and I had a sausage roll at Borough Market the other day, and it was out of control delicious. So I have an authentic one to compare this to, but let's try it, the Gregg's sausage roll. I'm sitting on top of the double-decker bus. Life is good. The sausage is maybe too tender, very heavy, like I immediately feel the heartburn getting ready. But damn, it's good. Now it's time for an assortment of prepackaged goods. We've got some drinks, some chips, the free-range egg pot, which I'm gonna have Becky come in and eat for me. I'm kind of thirsty, so let's start with the fair trade orange juice from Gregg's. No, it's not good enough. That's not good enough. I don't blame them. It's made from concentrate. They should have concentrated a little harder. Let's go to the sparkling raspberry lemonade.
I liked this one, I think, the best personally, so I said let's go with the one I think.
And it's pink. It smells like raspberries. Wow, that is tart! The combination of the amount of carbonation and the tartness is like overwhelming for my little tongue. Ew! All right, let's try the mature cheddar and onion. No kids, please. I forgot they are called crisps, not chips. Because chips are fries, and fries are lies. It tastes dank. It tastes like Funyuns and cheddar. My breath is ruined. You want to try it, Jack?
Sure.
You seemed excited.
Yeah, that's really
You seemed like that description made Jack. He was like, oh.
not bad.
I didn't like it. Desiree liked it.
I can say I like it.
For the record, Desiree loves it. Let's try the Thai sweet chili. This one smells good. Thai sweet chili. Hell yeah. These are awesome. So flavorful. A flavor I haven't had in a crisp chip before. And the flavor keeps evolving. The peel is all the way around on this chip. That this potato was exactly this bore. It was exactly this size.
Right. It's like cross section.
Yeah. Wow. They don't like it. The crew hates it. Jack liked the gross one.
I got a terrible ballot.
Okay, let's have the fruity flapjack, which is not what a flapjack in America is. I assume it's just a granola breakfast bar. It's kind of like a no-bake oatmeal bar. I think it's okay, but it's too sweet for Keith. All right, the caramel crispy. Oh, It's a cocoa crispy treat with caramel and a huge, I mean, the chocolate. Look at how thick that chocolate piece on top. Let's try it. It's like a Twix and a Rice Krispies treat at the same time. And now, please welcome to the Eat the Menu table stage, Becky to try the eggs, because Becky eats eggs like this. Just jump in. You're on my foot, you're on my foot, you're on my foot.
I didn't know what ow meant.
I meant stop.
But I didn't know what it was referring to.
The only thing that was happening was you
Body.
moving.
I was just moving my chair.
You know, but you lifted it up and somehow put it only on my shoe and straight on my second toe. My pointer finger toe, the one I used to point. Well, that's it. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Is it good? Do you want to spit it out? It's actually teensy baby yolk.
Teensy baby.
Teensy baby. All right, well, thank you, Becky.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll look at my toe and see how it's doing. I think it's gonna be blue.
You think it's gonna be blue?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so weightish.
I know. The chair is really heavy here. All right, we're now going to move to another location to keep on eating Gregg's, but there'll be some YouTubers who join me. And now it's time for some hot food, and joining me is my hot wife, Becky.
Hello.
Also, we're in a hot new space. We got a door. What's going on there? Nobody knows. We're actually on set of a live stream that I've been invited to be a part of. It's a charity fundraiser. It's with Tommy Innit, Max Fosh, some other great YouTubers. But right now, we have the most exciting person to look forward to. I don't even look forward, because she's here. It's Becky.
Hi.
Okay, so we've got some funny little fried things here. The southern fried chicken goujons, which look like chicken strips, maybe chicken tenders.
Smells like a grocery store tendy.
It smells well seasoned, and honestly, some stuff has been undersalted to our liking across London, but this one smells salty and nice. Let's try the chicken goujon. Goujon. The breading is like if you bake fried something. You know when you do a shake and bake?
Mm-hmm. Wendy's.
It's a little bit spicy.
It's not a little spicy, it's spicy.
Yeah?
I just got a kick. This is Wendy's.
I do like it. I think this is a really good chicken tender. It's very moist, very delicious. Well, you know, a little on the spicy side. It's yummy. Okay, this is the southern fried potato wedges. I love that the South is being so well represented.
And is this like South London?
Yeah. Does the world think of the South as the American South?
Yeah. Oh. What?
Southern fried potato wedges. They're creamy on the inside.
Yeah, creamier than you expect.
Mashed potatoes on the inside. I love it.
Almost no exterior crunch.
No, it's immediately potato glop. Let's move on to the spicy barbecue chicken biter.
Bites. Can
Well-
I put biter? Does it?
I'm sorry, Desiree.
I wrote it wrong.
I'm sorry, Desiree.
The spicy barbecue chicken bites.
Very mesquite. It smells like a mesquite bag of chips.
Well, it's not good, is it? It's not good, but it did take me a long time to figure that out. So it's possible, if you eat them fast enough, you don't realize it's not good. Yes.
A question from the audience. You there?
Yes, Caleb.
What is mesquite?
I don't know, it's a barbecue. It's a barbecue thing.
Mesquite barbecues meat cooked over mesquite wood, known for imparting a smoky, sometimes spicy flavor.
Shout out to Theo Mel for teaching me everything.
There you go. Okay, let's move into these. These look really fun, because these are the mozzarella and cheddar bites. And it looks like they put like, almost like a little Parmesan on top too.
It smells of nothing.
It'd be fun if they just took those little cheeses that you unwrap and wax and just bread it and fry it. The Baby Bells.
Oh, that's what it
yeah.
looks like.
That is what it looks like. It's what it feels like.
Well, let's see if that's what it tastes like.
Doesn't smell like anything.
Let's see if that's what it tastes like.
Not the oh.
Oh. Very interesting.
Something feels wrong, but I want to keep eating.
The cheese is dry.
I like it.
I don't not like it.
I'm
just
into it.
Confounds me. The winner is easily the chicken tenders. Chicken tenders slap. Also, we were gonna get tomato soup, but it wasn't available, which the tomato soup would have been like a good marinara substitute. So many of these things would have been good in the tomato soup. But now it's time to move on to the next section. Becky, thanks for dropping by. What's going on with you?
I'm in London.
Now let's try some of the pizzas. Maybe they're flatbreads, maybe they're pizzas. We're gonna find out. Who's ready to go back to elementary school? No. So this is the margarita. It looks just like a cheese pizza. Very doughy, very flexible. Oh, ha ha ha. Ooh,
Just like school lunch.
worse. It tastes like it's whole wheat bread or something. I don't care for it. Oh boy, that doesn't make me look forward to the other pizzas, but maybe they're different because they're in this box, and maybe they're, no, how could they be circular, Keith? Maybe they're circular.
I think there's like
No, they're
2
not.
pizzas per box, so there
Okay.
might be a few different
So maybe
flavors.
there's
in
2
there.
circles in here. Whoa, corn. Corn. Part of life is just finding times to laugh. This is the chicken, onion, and corn. Sweet corn pizza.
Have you ever had corn on pizza before?
Sure haven't. And I think I know why. The chicken's not good. The whatever sauce, I think it's just marinara. The sauces are good. The onions are honestly somehow bland. And the corn, it's corn. But I like barbecue sauce and I like bacon. So why not a chicken bacon?
It's barbecue chicken and bacon.
Oh, thank you, Desiree.
You're welcome.
Desiree.
Just so you had it right, you know?
The barbecue chicken and bacon. I'm gonna kind of scrape it with my teeth.
Ew.
Because the bread sucks. Yeah. The toppings of this so far are the best because it's sweet, salty. It does still taste like a barbecue chicken pizza, which I think is a divisive pizza. You gotta stop sniffing. Gotta stop sniffing. Do you feel remorseful for hurting my toe earlier? You're crying over there.
I can't
And I
believe
think it
anybody
still
thought it
will
was going to be broken. This is crazy.
No, we can. You can roll the tape back. You know what? My toe hurts again. You know what? I think my toe actually might be broken. Actually,
None of us are going to talk on
no, we
the
can't
flight
look at it
home.
anymore. Thank God we're on different planes. The bacon elevates the pizza, but the pizza is still bad. Let's move on to 4 more flavors of the pizza.
You're already in a feisty mood.
Oh, I'm mad now. I'm mad now. The pepperoni pizza.
Oh, they do say it's a focaccia style base.
It's not. It's bread. Oh, the bread's so bad. This is the spicy chicken. I think this is the best so far because the spice helps counteract all the sweetness in the pizza where I don't want it to be, like in the bread. I don't think it's good, but it makes me think less about the other things I don't like. That's enough of a review. God, it's all going downhill when they try to do the American classic of Italy. Okay, these are getting goofier and goofier looking. Let's do the pepperoni hot shot. Okay, that one's now the best. The spice is counteracting the sweetness of everything else. And the pepperoni is still pepperoni. We like pepperoni pizza, it's familiar. The jalapeno just adds a little more spice. The onion also adds something. I still think it's not good. Okay, let's do the last one. This is the firecracker chicken.
Roasted spicy flavored chicken slices, mixed peppers, a fiery tomato and chipotle chili sauce with a smoky flavor.
No. While it is spicy, it's also sweet again more. It's yucky. Well, let's see what's next. And now it's time for the salads, which of course here means pasta. And joining me for that is Max Fosh.
It's Keith and pasta.
Keith
How did
and
you know what I dreamt of last night?
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Max, you're a British YouTuber. You've done lots of stuff.
Yep.
I think most people may know you from getting in a baby carriage and sneaking into places.
Yep.
How did you come up with that?
I just wanted to go to the London Aquarium for free, and you know, tickets are expensive, £30. So I paid a man to make a bespoke pram buggy that I could fit in. That cost £2,500, but that's delicious pasta there. Look at this. Wow, businessman right here.
Right there.
And that's so sad, isn't it?
The noodles are so short.
Yeah, we got penne pasta and just thought, right, that's too long. Cut it in half.
I'll never be able to swallow all of that. The chicken and bacon.
It stuck to my hand. Look.
The chicken and bacon pasta.
No, she's not that bad. It's like just generic cream.
It's a mayonnaise style dressing.
Yeah,
Mayonnaise style dressing.
That's what it says.
mayonnaise style. That's how they describe a lot of my fashion.
I was once told that I look like the kind of guy who thinks that sparkling water is spicy.
But let's move on to your favorite.
Here we go.
The pesto and mozzarella pasta. Why do you think you pronounce it pasta instead of pasta? Pasta.
Do you call it the past or the future?
I go to the past.
The pasta. There you go, pasta. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
What's another name for a reverend?
Pasta.
Interesting. Okay, let's get into this.
Okay, here we go.
I like that the mozzarellas look like little marshmallows.
Yeah, they do. Destination Flavor Town, population 2.
It's better.
It's better.
It's better.
Okay.
Now we're talking, baby.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The pesto's mild.
If you put that in a little bowl that said family, friends forever, you haven't that of a thing.
Family, friends forever.
I know,
What does that mean? Give it out there! It didn't work. I just thought, I didn't know.
This is the one that I'm really worried about.
Tuna pasta.
I don't think this tuna has ever seen the sea.
Well, it had to at some point. Well, maybe it was blind. Oh. All right, let's try the tuna pasta. It's not as bad as it should be.
No, it's not as bad as it should be.
It's not good.
No, it's not good, but I am gonna have some more. I'm really into, no, I'm not gonna say that.
What, tasting things you don't like?
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I want to know why I don't like it. What is your verdict on the Gregg's food that's not in your favorites category?
Would I ever buy that? No. But if it was on a table at like an event, I don't know which event is serving that.
At an event.
And at a red carpet do. If I'm at the Oscars and I see the tuna pasta salad, of course I might have it.
Well, Max, where can people find you on the internet?
YouTube.com/MaxFosh, Instagram.com/Max.Fosh, and TikTok.com/MaxFosh.
You working on anything cool?
I sailed across the Atlantic in a bathtub. I went to a place called the Scilly Isles, which is a group of islands called literally the Scilly Isles.
Wow, you're like Moana.
I know, but more colonial.
Yeah.
me sailing to a faraway land on a boat normally spelled a lot of trouble for the indigenous people.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, and I recently broke into the World Hide and Seek Championships.
You broke in.
Yeah, I didn't know I was coming.
That's really good.
And then when they announced the winner, I was like, actually, I've been hiding this entire time.
So funny. Well, thanks for joining me here.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Well, let's find out what's next. And now it's time for some hot sandwiches, and joining me is someone who really loves a good sandwich, Matthew Patrick, better known as Matt Pat. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm the guy who put hot into hot sandwiches.
Wow.
Sorry, was that
That's
too?
just a theory. Wait, sit down.
Was that too much? I'm so sorry.
Matt, how you doing?
I am so happy to be here with you, Keith.
Now, your family loves Gregg's.
Oh, we are huge Gregg's fans. So the Gregg's gingerbread cookie was like the go-to item in our household for a long time.
Nice. Okay, so we haven't had any of this.
No, I have not had any of the sandwiches then, so there you go.
Well, let's fix that.
Excellent.
This is the spicy chipotle chicken baguette. Cheers.
Cheers. Good smell. Tastes like a baguette with some Tabasco sauce in it.
Yeah, it's like a spicy bread.
Yeah. One thing that's important to note, anytime something is labeled as spicy, it's actually like 3 degrees below what you would expect it to be if you're from the US.
I did just chomp through a jalapeno and it didn't seem that spicy at all.
No, they've like genetically engineered them to be less spicy.
I kind of like that. All right, let's move on to another sandwich. This is the Southern Fried Chicken Baguette. Hopefully this is using the chicken tenders, because the chicken tenders were kind of awesome.
Yeah, okay, great.
Oh,
buddy.
Look at that. Sparse.
It's tough times
I
right
thought this was a Band-Aid.
now. The tastiest of
Do you
pancakes.
see how I could have thought that was a Band-Aid though? I think it's cheese. I don't think we need it.
Well, they had to make up for the lack of chicken in one half of the sandwich with the cheese hanging out the other side. Okay, that's good.
The baguette's been toasted a little more on this one. It's nice.
The baguette is crispy. The chicken is not.
It's not.
No, certainly.
It's wet. It doesn't feel like a sandwich without some sort of bigger condiment presence or like
Definitely so.
vegetable presence, like lettuce, tomato. Is that how, do they not do that with sandwiches here? Do they just keep them very bare bones?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Let's have a ham and cheese toasty, which shouldn't have other things.
I believe this is actually a riff on a French sandwich, right? This is the croque monsieur. Anyone?
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah, getting the croque monsieur. There we go.
Okay. Croque monsieur. Let's try it.
Oh, sorry, I just dove right in.
This is pretty good.
I did learn from John, who's been running for us, that all of these items are in the cold, like, to-go thing, but some of them weren't, like, they didn't have them, so they made them special for us. And they won't always do that.
Well, we're very loyal customers today.
Right, there you go.
Quite the oily little treat. But I'd like the flavor. I can imagine getting it late at night when you're drunk, and it'd probably be pretty good.
Too bad the Greggs close slightly earlier, don't they?
They close at 7, but John also told us that down in the tube, they have some Greggs and those are open late.
Who had Subways first? New York City or London? When one of them said it's the tube and the other one said no, it's the subway.
London had the first underground trains in the
I was gonna say,
world.
it must be London.
So
yeah.
we were like, I'm gonna call it something different. How about elevators?
It's the Otis elevator, and he was an American, and so I'm assuming America had elevators first.
Apparently, Archimedes, the first recorded elevator, was built by the Greek mathematician.
Okay,
Around 236 BC.
Ooh, that is like
Something.
staring into the mouth of hell.
It looks rough.
It's real.
I like this barbecue chicken experience the most because they've shredded it so it feels at least like it's closer to barbecue chicken. Because it on the pizza, gross. It in the pasta salad, yuck. It in a sandwich with cheese, not so bad. Let's move into this sandwich. It looks like it's just vegetables and cheese.
Right? A little bit
it's
of
vegetables and cheese and sauce.
There's that barbecue sauce again.
It's a balsamic.
Oh, it is.
The mature cheddar cheese, plowman, oval bite.
Gonna take a crescent bite of the oval bite. Honestly, best sandwich so far. The cheese is great, the vegetables are fresh, which, you know, when you're talking about like a big chain restaurant like that, you can see the vegetables not being fresh.
And the cheese is stacked 3 high, so there's a lot of cheese.
It's very cheese forward.
The cheese is the star.
It was great.
That was pretty good. I was thinking I was gonna hate it, because like how could a 7-Eleven vegetable sandwich be good? But that one was good.
That was very nice. Oh yeah.
Let's try the BLT. It's weird to have a BLT on soft bread.
Yeah, it feels underdone.
Flavor-wise, it's fine. Oh, check this out. The Chipotle chicken flatbread. Are you ready to have the same chicken again?
Oh, you bet I am.
Do you want to try to do a little Lady and the Tramp here?
Oh, I would love to do
I
that.
think we should.
Please. Flavor-wise, forgettable. Experience-wise, second to none.
Oh.
Sorry, you probably should have done unforgettable.
No, I thought that was good. It was nice. It was good. I like the sauce.
The sauce is actually really good.
Well, it's because there's
Oh,
also
there's
like a
Chipotle
barbecue
chili
sauce
sauce in it too.
Ah, that's why there's 2 sauces. I like the bell peppers in it. It gives it a good crunch. Where have all these vegetables been?
They were saving them just for the
We
flatbread.
haven't seen spinach yet, have we? I don't think so. It wasn't even in the veggie sandwich. There was no spinach.
No, that was pretty good. I like that
It
one.
wasn't bad. Most of them were okay. Definitely palatable enough.
But the company was best of all.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see. So now that you're retired, you're doing all these side quests,
Yeah.
like this, doing the fundraiser with me.
Yep.
What are some other fun side quests you're looking forward to in 2026?
So we've been doing a lot of work with Congress to educate them about the creator economy. Steph and I have wanted to do an educational podcast for kids where we teach them classic literature through the lens of kind of like a family listening experience. So
Would you just run for president? Well, thanks for coming through and eating some silly sandwiches
thanks
with me.
for providing me lunch today. This has been nice.
Absolutely. Let's see what's next. Now we're gonna move on to some more sandwiches. These are the cold ones. And joining me is a man with ice that runs through his veins, Henry Calvert.
Hello, hi, thank you for having me. Hello.
He's so
hello.
cool, ice runs
I'm
through your
I'm
veins.
ice cold.
Ice
yes.
cold.
Yes.
You do a lot of funny things on TikTok. How long have you been creating?
I've been doing it for 3 years. I say the geeky stuff. So films, theatre. I was also on a reality dating show called Beauty and the Geek. I was not the beauty. That's kind of what I do.
Did you win?
No, I came second. It did work. I met my ex on it. We were together for a year, and everyone else broke up within a month. So where's my 25 grand discovery? That's what I want to know.
Honestly, Discovery probably owes me money too.
Yeah.
All right, let's move. No,
Anyway.
they don't. This is a tuna crunch roll. I'm not sure what on here will be crunchy other than raw red onion.
That is the least appetizing thing I think I've ever seen anyone
Oh,
do with this
come on
sandwich.
now.
Oh gosh, there we go. That,
I can show you some stuff.
Thank you. I will say, I think that's absolutely putrid.
It's not very good.
It's mushy, it's cold, the red onion pierces through it.
It's not very good, but I've had worse so far today, so, you know, that's
Do we
okay.
rate them?
No.
No? No.
No, this isn't really that kind of show.
Okay.
This is eat laugh, move on.
I like it.
Ah.
No, I think you definitely did have this, but it was hot. So this is the cold version.
I don't mind this at all.
This is nice.
Yeah, it's kind of good. Kind of like the coldness of it. I feel like I could sit and listen to an orchestra in the park. And I brought this, and I brought some wine. I brought some friends, some grapes.
Potentially. You want to go a bit more refined than Gregg, so if you're in England.
Okay, well, guess I wouldn't get invited back to the park because I'd be bringing Gregg's. Whoa!
Oh, hello.
This looks kind of awesome.
That looks great.
This looks rock and roll. Let's
Right,
go
on,
for it.
dude. I love the riff. Thank you, Keith.
Thanks. The tandoori chicken baguette. Smells good.
That's tasty.
That's really good.
I have qualms.
What?
Observe.
Observe.
In the tandoori chicken baguette, the chicken and the mayo simply rests on top of this bed of salad. The salad makes up a majority of the sandwich.
Well, perhaps it's how I ripped it, because over here, we're living in tandoori land.
Bloody hell, look at that! You greedy bastard.
I didn't know what I was doing! I didn't know what I was doing! It's a great sandwich. Ham and cheese baguette.
Oh, the classic. This will take me back. And my grandma used to pick me up, and we'd go to Gregg's and I'd have an Oasis and one of these.
Recently on your internet, on your internet socials, you've been taking your grandmother on quite the little adventure.
We did,
It
yeah.
was so cute. You took her to Disney in Paris.
Yeah.
You took her some other fun places.
Bless her. My grandma's had a pretty terrible year, so I surprised her by taking us to Disneyland Paris for the weekend.
Good grandson.
Oh,
a good grandson.
thank you. Yeah,
You got it. Oh,
look
wow.
at that. You got a twist and
How'd you do that?
It's like a double
I didn't think
entendre.
things broke like that.
look at that.
All right, the ham and cheese baguette.
It's drier than I remember.
Look at this pad of butter. Unspread chunk of butter.
It requires some sort of spread or relish, I think.
The ham and the cheese is good. There's a lot of it. The ham's nice. With some mustard, we'd be in business.
Oh yeah, mustard.
I could chomp on this at like an orchestra in the park.
I kind of like the chunks of butter.
You get it sometimes and then you don't on others, just like chewing on a femur. It's that dry.
All right, let's go into the roast chicken mayonnaise baguette.
Oh.
I like it when mayonnaise gets, full title treatment.
No, I respect it.
You know?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I see why. It's swimming in it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, let's have it.
There's a chicken salad sandwich.
There's not really much you can comment on here. It does the job. It says what it is on the tin.
Tastes freaking good. Let's go to the egg mayonnaise. I don't know if I'm looking forward to this one at all.
I can tell you right now, that looks disgusting.
The sandwich is trying to get out.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear Christ. It looks
Wow, it smells like the back of a McDonald's.
Oh.
It's a whiff.
Kaylin and I got interested.
Suddenly, it was like, well, color me interested. Yeah, I don't think I'll like this. The cold egg sandwich.
It's bland. It's all mushy and textureless.
Not too shabby, is it, Henry?
I don't know what planet you're living on. I think that. I can't believe you're eating like more of it.
Well, I've
like,
got to experience it. Oh, that's right. Well, I mean, my stomach's already not feeling good.
You can't have eggs.
It makes my stomach have horrific cramps.
I don't really have that. Actually, no.
Lucky duck.
Yeah, a Domino's will really me up. It destroys me, and I like it. My DMs are open.
Yeah, well, Henry, where can people find you?
I'm Henry.Calvert on Instagram, and I'm Henry_Calvert on TikTok. So if you like nerdy stuff and nerdy men, you know where you can find me.
Hell yeah. Let's see what's next.
Keith had to run, so I am jumping in for Becky's sweet treat break. So you're welcome.
Let's go, Becky!
Woo! Okay, here we go. We're gonna jump in first. The hot chocolate brownie. It comes in a big old, ooh, okay, here we go. We have bite-sized brownie bits. Ooh. There's some nuts in here for sure. I assume this is a caramel dipping sauce. So we'll get a nice little dip in there, right? It's lightly warmed. The hot chocolate brownies. Gregg, you dirty devil.
Is that good?
Gregg, you saw saucy minx. This is good. I'm not getting a ton of the salted caramel flavor, but I do like what it adds to the texture. This is one of Gregg's pre-packaged bars. It's a chocolate brownie bar. This is fudge. I wouldn't call this a brownie. It's very dense compared to the other one that I would call a brownie. This is the milk chocolate cookie. Something that I learned in my research about London from TikTok was that their chocolate is better than our chocolate. I think America has a salt problem because I'm eating this and I'm like, it would taste good with salt. The next treat on our list is a spooky bun, which is a cupcake. It's got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. This is what Henry would call a cupcake. It's just a nice vanilla cake. I don't know what the frosting's supposed to be.
It's probably just vanilla
Probably like a
colored.
vanilla, yeah. Next up, we have a pumpkin biscuit.
It says it's a new recipe.
It's a pumpkin. It's a biscuit covered in chocolate.
That was a hard crunch.
We're looking at our current UK representative to see if that's a normal sounding. It's pumpkin biscuit is what I think with a milk chocolate. I wouldn't say either of those flavors are like screaming at me.
I think it's supposed to be a ginger biscuit.
Oh, yes, it tastes like a ginger cookie. Yes, that's pretty good. All right, our last treat, the toffee fudge muffin. I'm gonna try and do a Keith bite.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
She likes it.
Gregg's a sick freak, because like, how do you come up with something that's this delicious and then also have that tuna sandwich? I want a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee? Where am I from? I don't think it needs this little square on top or the frosting. The innard, incredible. It's just like caramel. This is Becky's best dessert. The chocolate brownie bar seems like something you get in a bunker. We're underground and they're like, here's your ration. Just eat it. That's what it looks like. I would barter with someone with it. Let's see what Keith's doing.
Thanks to Becky for covering for me while I was gone, and now I'm going to have the final dessert, which is Matt Pat's son's favorite, the gingerbread man. Let's have a taste.
Damn.
It's a little tougher than I thought it was going to be. The ginger flavor is mild, and it is very Christmassy, which I love. This one is just a little bit too dense and chewy and doesn't have the snap I'm looking for. So that band, I want it. But not bad. I have no idea how the other desserts were, but I probably would have said they were all too sweet. But now it's time for the best and the least best. I really enjoyed my experience with Gregg today, both sitting in the Gregg's. In fact, just shout out to that Gregg's location for letting me just sit there and eat the breakfast, completely unbothered. And also the patrons didn't seem to notice or care. Obviously the sausage roll was delicious. I found the vegan bake to be shockingly good. The full breakfast or the breakfast all day sandwich that had all the stuff in it, so good. I'll also give a shout out to the little weird sausage one with the HP sauce, because why not have a sauce dedicated to your government? The espresso is actually pretty good. It's the best of the fast food coffee places I think I've had for espresso. So that means the lattes also were pretty good. The tandoori chicken salad sandwich, incredible. I did think all the pizzas were the least best, but the least bad of them was the hot shot because it had the most savory flavor to combat the underlying sweet experience of that pizza. Yeah, I like the flatbread version of the Chipotle chicken, and I like the cold Chipotle chicken sub on the baguette. Both of those were really good, and they were actually kind of different experiences. The chicken tenders, they were good. They were like really good, though they weren't good when they were in the sandwich because they kind of got over-steamed and became goopy. And in the snacks, I like the Thai sweet chili crisps, although no one else on the crew who had them liked them. And I gotta shout out the Belgian bun, which did remind me of my father's favorite treat, daddy cake. But I love the eclair, and I loved the Yum Yum. Probably one of the best fast food donuts I've had that isn't from my Krispy Kreme. And for the least best, as I said, all the pizzas. The tuna here, whenever I had it, wasn't very good. In fact, the pasta salads as a whole I thought were kind of underwhelming. The pesto one was okay. In the desserts, that pre-packaged chocolate bar that Becky had, ugh, none of us liked it.
That was the chocolate brownie bar.
The chocolate brownie bar, oh, I remember that. I didn't like the sweet little pies. I wish I did, because I think that in my family's lineage, I'm sure my grandmother did, and the orange juice was shit. But Gregg's overall was a really fun time, and I had so many great guests, and I also appreciate just this space letting me sort of borrow the dressing room to shoot my Eat the Menu. So let's thank all of our guests. Thanks to Matt Pat, thanks to Max Fosh, thanks to Henry Calvert, thanks to Becky, and thanks to me. This has been Eat the Menu. I'm Keith. Make sure you get yourself some hot sauce, not pictured here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. This year, our t-shirts of the month feature our Triceratops mascot, Stompy. Each design every month is going to have very limited quantities, so once it's sold out, it's gone forever. Get this one today at tryguys.com.